Okay, so we're back. Now we're getting ready to essentially square up the kite. It's very important to get this as square as we can get it. In other words, this way, there's not a whole lot we can do about it. So it's the length of the kite. You want to get both sides of the kite as equal as we can get it. If you're too far off one side to the other, then the kite has a tendency to lean. And I have fixed several kites over the years where they were horribly out of square. I mean, a couple of inches out of square. How they ever got made that way, I have no idea. Design creep. But anyway, if your lengths here at that corner and this corner are very far off, the kite just won't fly. It just won't fly right. So we want to get our lengths here the same. Basically, we're squaring up the kite, just like a carpenter might square up, square up something he's building. Okay, so you get this spread out, you get it flattened out good. And, okay, I'm going to have to get in the way of the camera here. I usually take a tape measure. You probably won't be able to see this, so I'll try to explain it. So, okay, first of all, my top and bottom panels, they come out really even to one another. That one's off a little bit. That one come out pretty gosh darn on top, some with that one. That one down there, it's off a little bit. A lot of that is due because your sewing machines and that, the panels will slip a little bit, so they just won't end up even. So that's another thing why we want to get this cut off. So what you want to do here, you want to find a length here to do. Now I've already kind of done this. So, put your tape measure. Okay, up here on this leading edge, that's where we're going to start measuring. This leading edge here, can you see that? I hope you can. So, when we start here, we go down along this keel seam. It actually helps to have two people kind of do this. So on this kite, I've already pre-measured this, and 74 1/4 is what I think is the good measurement for this. Now, why is that? Because my keel, you can kind of feel here, everything kind of comes to an end right there. And if you go over there and kind of feel, that is where that comes out. Now, a lot of kites, they won't always come out perfectly even, but that's okay. The main thing is this distance. This distance. In other words, the main thing is that distance. We want our distance from that leading edge down to here, on this side, on that side, to be the same. But I always try to get it cut off right as close to this, where all this comes together, and you can feel that. And over there it comes together just right about the same spot at 74 1/4 inches. Okay, so I put a white mark there. Then I usually kind of double check that with the center here. Once again, I just put my tape measure, and once again, it's helpful if you get two people out here. Put a mark there at 74 1/4, and of course you don't really have all that seam here. This is our jet chute that this is going to be. Put a mark there, then we're going to come over here, mark this at 74 1/4. You know, if that's where it come out good, 74 1/4. And if you feel that out, That's about where that should come out. Right there. Actually, it's a little further, but that's okay. We're going to take care of that. Okay, so there we go there. Now, next step. The way I do it these days, I take my, in this case, a 6-foot straight edge. I don't know how we'll do this in class. If you have a big cutting mat, bring that along. But I like to do it like this. Because I'm going to use my rotary cutter. Get that tightened down good. Come over to this edge. I'm going to clamp this down. Okay. There we go. Now, grab one of my rotary cutters. And yes, I cut right on my tabletop. Look at that sun. Sometimes you got to kind of go back over this. You don't want to cut all the way through. Okay, there we go. Done. Hang my cutter back up so I don't lose it. I'm always losing that thing. Get rid of our clamps and our straight edge. A nice straight edge here to work with now. And that's important to have this nice straight edge to work with. Okay, so I'm going to call it the end of straightening this up. So now we should be 74¼ inches on each side. So this thing should fly nice and straight. Part of it. That's the biggest part. Getting that thing squared up. Okay, so we'll call it quits on this video. Now we'll go to the next step of doing this, actually getting this back in ready to sew up. Okay.